Morning, millionaires. Good morning, Okay, all right. We in the house. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling incredible this morning. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach and somebody who is designing this morning show to help you make more money with your business. Our whole play is helping you go further, faster, with less effort. We always started off with you shouting out what kind of business you have, how you help people. I really appreciate you tuning in every morning. I don't know if I've said that lately, but I'm so grateful for our community. I'm so grateful for our tribe. I'm so grateful for all the loyal listeners, all the loyal watchers, whether you're watching live or you're watching the replay. I really, really appreciate you being here. It does wonders for our universe, the fact that you're looking to learn and then teach others the best stuff that you got. And the fact that you're here every morning looking to stretch yourself, you're here every morning looking to get better, you're looking to become more so that you can do more, so that you can impact more and have more. You're my favorite kind of people. And I just feel so blessed. I hope you're feeling good this morning too. Easy in the house. Easy. What's up, Aisha? Good morning, Kay. Glad you made it in this morning. My man Damon is in. I got to shout out my people now. What's up, Taisha? Good morning, Queen. Kenya made it in this morning. That's what I'm talking about. Let them know where you from. Let them know what kind of business you have. Y'all know how we do it, Nikki C. Let's go. Um, Spread the word, Kimberly. Like, let them know we in the house. Let them know you done discovered gold, baby. You done discovered a whole morning show for entrepreneurs. You don't think they want to know that? What's up, Miss Mandy? By some cat that used to be homeless and now he rich, Now his company hit the Inc. 5000 list a couple years in a row. Chanel, what's up? I'm glad you made it in. My man E1 is in the house. We're going to go check out that Jay-Z exhibit soon. Dr. Marilyn is in the building. Let's go. This morning, we talking about something real cool, y'all. I'm going to give them to you rapid fire. But what I love to do at times like this is give you a way to gauge yourself, a way to create a self-assessment, a way to understand whether you are growing or dying. Because ain't no maintain, right, Sade? We can only grow or shrink. We can only grow or decay. We can only grow or die, as macabre as that may sound. Well, listen, we are part of nature. That's how nature works. So if your business isn't growing, then guess what your business is doing? So this morning, my goal is to give you 15 different categories you can look at so you can decide if you want to improve in a certain direction, if you kind of want to reprioritize your values. Maybe this certain direction is not what the doctor ordered, or maybe it is. But let's go through it a little bit. Ain't no quick fix, ain't no magic wand, ain't no magic potion or lotion that's going to give you the success. The secret to success is not necessarily one thing. I would call it more like a formula. So what I'm going to do this morning is give you some principles. I'm going to give you some strategies, Dr. A. Yeah, let Jackie know to get on in here. And LaQuisha, let them know. My man Alan checking it out. Yeah, that whole museum, Alan. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's up, Nicole? So we about to get to it. Atia Bay is in the house. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, Jersey's in the building. Okay, so I'm gonna give you principles. I'm gonna give you strategies. I'm gonna give you some actions that will lead you towards success. And we're going to keep in mind that the joy is in the journey. Can somebody type that in the comments for me? I want to make sure that you meditate on that a little bit and that you have that in a place of high regard in your consciousness, because a lot of people miss this. The joy is in the journey. Can somebody give me that? The joy is in the journey. These secrets ain't real secrets that I'm about to give you, but they are fundamental steps. This is stuff that the successful entrepreneur, the successful salesperson has been putting into play for centuries, right? I'm gonna give them to you in raw form. Yeah, Donisha, the joy is in the journey. That's exactly right. All my Facebook crew checking in. The joy is in the journey. Let's go. So the reason I'm saying that the joy is in the journey, the reason why I want you to kind of repeat that is because I don't want you beating yourself up. Exactly, Eli. Not the destination. And I don't want you beating yourself up because it feels to you by your little meager time clock that, oh, it's taking you too long. You know what I'm saying, Brandy? What we want to say is the joy is in the journey. So I'm gonna give you these 15 secrets, and we're gonna see where you rank scale of 1 to 5. You're not allowed to give yourself a 3. 5 means you're killing it. 1 means there's room for a lot of improvement, and you can't give yourself a 3. All right, so here's the first one. The first secret is believe you can. Sounds real simple, right? Believe you can. You know, you had a goal for this month. You had a goal for this week. Do you believe you can? Do you believe that you're the best? Do you believe that you're capable of achievement? This is the hardest thing to do, believe it or not. Oh, it's the easiest thing to say it, right? And to fool yourself, like you've already built your philosophy, like you've already read enough biographies, you've already seen enough success stories. Yesterday, we talked about making sure you immerse yourself in testimonials. It's easy to say it, but is it real? Because if you really want to believe you can, and you've got a whole world that is showing you constantly bad news, constant negativity, constantly telling you the sky is falling. If you're going to get that daily, then you've got to condition yourself daily for self-support. You've got to condition yourself daily for self-encouragement. You've got to condition yourself daily to be giving yourself positive self-talk. You got to believe that your product is the best. You got to believe that your customer service and your ability to help your customer, even if who you're working with can't do it, where your confidence should come from is that you're going to make it happen. You might be working for GE. You might be working for Pfizer Pharmaceuticals, and they're dropping the ball. Your confidence got to come from your ability to step up to the plate. Your confidence has to come from your level of competence as it relates to understanding this customer's problem and doing what it takes to solve it. Am I making sense? You got to believe your product. You got to believe your service. You got to believe your company is the best. But check it out. If any of those have opportunities for improvement, you have to believe your intentions are the best. You have to believe your perseverance is the best. You have to believe your ability to creatively problem solve is the best. You got to believe you can. Scale of 1 to 5. Okay, I see some 4s coming in. Danita gives herself a 4. Damon gives himself a 5. Darnisha gives herself a 2. Thank you for that transparency, Queen. Thank you for that honesty. This is not the wrong place to be real with yourself. And if you don't want to put your score in the comments, you don't have to. But I challenge you to ask yourself, on what level do you believe that you can? All right, here's the second one. Here's the second one. Okay, I see some scores coming in. I like that. Here's the second one. Create the environment. Yesterday, I on purpose and with intention, refer to environment as habitat. I was talking about physical environment, right? If you're millionaire minded, then you know we teach there are 3 different types of environment. I need to do a reel about that. One type of environment is walking, talking, breathing environment. We call that culture. Another kind of environment is your mindset. We call that mentality, right? We call that philosophy. We call, you know what I mean? And philosophy gives you your attitude, right? But there's another kind of environment. And that's really what I'm talking about right now. I'm talking about habitat. I'm talking about habitat. Scale of 1 to 5. How good is your environment? Because the right home environment is going to encourage you. The right work environment is going to motivate you and push you. I'm talking about a supportive spouse. I'm talking about family members and coworkers who encourage you to work on your weaknesses and concentrate on your strengths, right? How is your environment? Scale of 1 to 5. Because we always say environment is stronger than willpower. What do we mean by that? We mean that your environment will tend to set you on a path on autopilot. The question is it making failure inevitable, or is it making success inevitable? Right now, scale of 1 to 5, rank your environment. Rank your environment, and I'm talking about the parts of it you've created, not the parts that were given to you by zip code, but the parts that were given to you by the fact that you happen to, by happenstance, have created this relationship with this person or this friendship with this person. I'm talking about what you do with intention, and you can't give yourself a 3. Nah, Danita, you can't give yourself a 3. Scale of 1 to 5. Where do you rank your environment? I like this transparency, Miss Raquel. I like this transparency, Yuli. I like it, Kim. Now I don't like that your environment is a 2, but I like the fact that you learned that about yourself this morning. Here's the third one: create the right associations. Easiest way to learn how to be successful is to hang around the successful. Who do you hang around with? That's who you're likely to become. Somebody give me this in the comments and then give me your score. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That's a little bit simplistic because your habits got a lot to do with that too. I could also say, show me your habits and I'll show you your future. But listen, right now we're talking about creating the associations. How well and with what kind of intention are you joining mastermind groups? Are you joining network groups? Are you going out to meet and greet? Are you going to seminars and workshops and you got questions in advance to ask the speaker so that you can add them to your network? You're looking to observe what that potential mentor may need so that you can step into his or her life, begin to serve, and therefore get some free game. What are you doing to create the right associations? Scale of 1 to 5, y'all. Let's go. Let's go. You can't give yourself a 3. Man, great question, Brandy. I could do a whole training on that. Miss Brandy Stafford Wright said, what if they don't want to hang around you? Well, guess what? That's why we serve. We got to serve before we deserve. I'm going to tell you something real. The reason a lot of times the great ones, the ones that we consider on 5 levels higher than us, don't want to hang out with us is because we haven't grown enough to be on that level, right? We don't need to be looking at them as peers. We don't need to be going up them saying, hey, Michelle, hey, Brandy. I need to be calling her Miss Stafford if she's my mentor. I need to be calling her, I said Miss Stafford, but I meant Miss Wright. She needs to be Miss Wright. It's funny, right? I said Miss Wright, not Miss Wrong. But my point is, he or she needs to be Mr. or Miss whatever their last name is. And I don't just say that for the people that are around listening. I'm saying that so I keep it in my mind. This is someone I honor. This is someone I respect. This is not someone I'm looking to challenge. This is someone I'm looking to duplicate their mentality, their character, and their habits in this particular area, in this particular industry, in this particular discipline, because I know if I model their mentality, their character, and their habits, I will duplicate their results. How well are you creating the right associations? Are you a member of the Kaizen Academy? Do you email me after the newsletters and say, okay, Mr. Ali, or okay, Haziq, this is what I just now went through. What is the best way I can handle this? I'm a Kaizen Academy member. I'm not just looking to take, not give. So check it out. Now I really need some insight on this particular situation. How often do you even ask for feedback from these associations that you've cultivated? You hanging around them, you following them on social media. How often do you squeeze the juice out of that particular relationship? All right, here's the fourth one. Plan for the day. Scale of 1 to 5. How well do you plan for the day? Let's go. Plan for the day. Now, we got the 90-day planner for you and stuff like that. Our 90-day planner is a dog. Like I put so much technology in this thing that's designed to help you become more productive, right? I've gone over this before, but one of my favorite pieces in this thing is this time audit, because a lot of people say, I don't have enough time. I want you to switch that up. I dare you to say, it ain't a priority for me right now. Because what this time audit does is it shows you, from 3 p.m. to 3:30 p.m., I actually ain't do much. From 3:30 to 4, that meeting was it was ridiculous. It was pointless. I could have used that 30 minutes to read a book. I could have used that 30 minutes to create a new association. I could have used that 30 minutes to check in on a mentor or a mentee and figure out how I could serve, right? Because whether it's a mentor or a mentee, my goal is the same, to serve. So I begin to deserve. I know I need to sow seed so I can schedule harvest. And since you don't know what day success is going to happen, you better be ready every single day. You should be preparing with education. You should be planning with your goals and the details for their achievement too, by the way, right? You should be understanding that to learn and to goal set are the 2 most sure methods for you to create success in your life. The idea that you are learning more so you can earn more, and the idea that you are setting your sail for the direction that you want to head. Scale of 1 to 5. You can't give yourself a 3. How good are you at planning for the day? Here's number 5. Become valuable. Become valuable. I think it was me and Taisha was talking about how people get it twisted when I say posture of a friend, and then sometimes I'll say posture of a consultant. Either way, this is what I was trying to communicate. This is what I'm trying to say with that. I'm saying become valuable. You got to become valuable before you become powerful. Don't you know that every friend you have in your life is there because it's value for value? The value they provide might just be to make you laugh and help your mind get off some stressful nonsense, right? The value they provide might be because they're so smart and they've read more books than you and they've got insight on a certain subject that's a little bit deeper. They're always able to offer you an alternate perspective. The value they provide might be the fact that they are a real good mother or they're a real good father. The value they provide might be how they make you feel good about yourself so you can go out and conquer. But here's what I know. I know you become valuable, you become powerful. I know the more value you offer the marketplace, the more the marketplace is going to reward you. I'm saying give first. I'm saying you got to serve before you deserve. I'm saying you got to become known as a resource, not a salesperson. Your value is linked to your knowledge and your willingness to help other people. Scale of 1 to 5. How valuable are you making yourself? Here's number 6. Recognize opportunity. This is going to make you a better entrepreneur, knowing how to recognize opportunity. See, reason a lot of people miss opportunity is because it shows up looking like adversity. Stay alert for the situations that can create success opportunities. The little known key is to work on that attitude. You hear me? It's to get a positive attitude and maintain a positive attitude. Why? Because attitude is what allows you to see the possibilities when opportunity strikes. You hear me? Because it's attitude that helps you see adversity as opportunity. It's all about, I talk about this all the time in architecture. Attitude is the slant. It's the slant of like the roof and whatnot, right? It's the attitude. It's sort of like you. This is why you always hear them say attitude creates altitude. If you're going to recognize opportunity, it's going to be because you're millionaire minded. You don't see with your eyes. You got me? You see with your mind. I want to challenge you on number 6, scale of 1 to 5. How good are you at recognizing opportunity in the adversity? Come on, y'all. Scale of 1 to 5. Somebody say, I recognize opportunity in adversity, and then give yourself a score. While you're doing that, I'm going to go ahead to number 7. Number 7 is taking risks. What's your appetite for risk? Because again, you look at every successful person on the planet. I'm talking about past, present, and I guarantee you the future too. You'll notice they all take risks. You'll all hear them living by this idea, no risk, no reward. Some of y'all won't even raise your hand in a meeting. Right, Dr. A? Sometimes we'll be doing a Zoom meeting and certain people won't even speak up. Not Dr. A. She's going to be like, hey, I got something to add to that. You know what I mean? You know how risky that is? You know how risky that is? How often do you take risks? Or are you just letting the days go by while you melt into the wall, while you melt into the background and try not to ruffle no feathers? You try not to make too many waves. Check this out, y'all. Smooth seas never made good sailors. Yeah, a boat could stay safe at the dock, but that ain't what a boat was created for. You hear what I'm saying? But most people won't risk because they fear the unknown. The real reason that people won't risk is because they lack preparation. They lack the education that creates self-confidence. Your attitude needs to be like the bird you see sitting on the branch. The bird's confidence is not in the strength of the tree. The bird's confidence is in its ability to fly. You got me? All right. Here's number 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here's number 8. Taking action. Somebody say, I have an action bias, and then give yourself a score. Nike, when I was a little kid, it used to be like, just do it. Right? Because actions are the only way that you bridge the plans and the goals with accomplishment. Action is the only way you can collect enough mistakes that you can learn something. Don't nothing happen until you bust a move, y'all. Yesterday we talked about how a lot of people mess up their action bias because they talk about it so much. They trick the brain into thinking they did something. Nah, you got to actually do something, baby. You got to do something. You got to bust a move. Scale of 1 to 5. How good are you at taking action? Not just thinking about it, not keep getting ready to get ready. You ready? You ready? You ready? Nah, I'm talking about just busting a move. Ready, fire, and then aim. Nah, don't do that. You know, how many of y'all saw homie in Alabama? He on the riverboat. He ain't checked for crocodiles. He ain't, you know what I mean? He just jumped in that water and started swimming. You know what I mean? Action, action. I don't know what triggered those kinds of thoughts. I got an idea, but I don't want to assume. But my point is, he took action and now he's a legend. How many of us are talking about that? Scale of 1 to 5, take action. All right, here's number 9. Here's number 9. Take responsibility. Take responsibility. Listen to me, millionaires. I talked about this yesterday too, right? Yesterday inspired today, I guess you could say. But check it out, y'all. If y'all remember them Popeye cartoons, right? And you remember how when Popeye needed a boost of strength, he needed a boost of power, he would eat spinach. Anybody remember this? Anybody remember this? He would eat spinach. Check it out. You know what your spinach is as an entrepreneur? It's responsibility. Stop blaming other people. If you have anything in your life that you could blame somebody else for, you're giving away power. Take responsibility for your actions. Take responsibility for your decisions. Blaming others is an easy thing to do. But I'm going to tell you what I learned about what's easy to do. It always gets hard later. The easy path always leads to mediocrity. And if you don't want to be mediocre, you better eat your spinach. That spinach is called responsibility. How much more can you take on at work? How much more can you take on at that organization you're a part of? How much more can you take on at your business? Can you add a weekly live stream to your list of responsibilities? Because, once they start tuning in, you now got a responsibility to us. We start watching your little live stream. I shouldn't even say little. That was a turn of phrase. Y'all know I ain't mean nothing by it, but I don't like that. So I'm gonna rewind that and say it over. We're going to come and watch your big live stream. We're not going to despise small beginners. We hang in there with you. Now you got a responsibility to us. Are you willing to take that responsibility on? Create content for us every week that will feed us, that will help us solve our problems, that will help us get more comfortable being uncomfortable. Are you willing to take the responsibility? Because successful people take responsibility for everything they do and everything that happens to them. And while Spider-Man said, with great power comes great responsibility, Hazik say, with great responsibility comes great power. You hear me? Here's number 10. Make mistakes. Make mistakes. So you're doing scale of 1 to 5. How good are you at taking on more responsibility? Eating your spinach. How good are you at it? I want to know. All right, here's number 10. Making mistakes. Now, this is a tricky one for a lot of people. But the best teacher is failure, y'all. It's the rudest of awakenings. It can be. But I'm going to tell you something. Mistakes are the breeding ground for self-determination. It ain't until you make a mistake that you get to meet yourself, baby. You get to find out who you really are. You don't judge a man on where he stands in times of peace and comfort. You judge a man on where he stands in times of chaos and controversy. That's a Martin Luther King quote. But all I'm saying is, don't think of them as mistakes. Think of them as learning experiences, not to be repeated. And the reason that you keep on busting a move is so you can hurry up and collect the mistakes and then leverage the mistakes. Everybody with me? Scale of 1 to 10. Where are you on making mistakes? Where are you on making mistakes? Let's go. I said scale of 1 to 10. I'm at scale of 1 to 5. Sorry. And you can't use the number 3. All right, here's number 11. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on the prize. So what do I mean by that? Do you post your goals? How many people have you announced your goal for this month to? Have you gone on Facebook and said, hey, y'all, this is how many people that I'm going to sell my product to. This is how many people I'm going to help with my service. This is what kind of rank I'm going to hit. This is how much money I'm going to make. Have you announced it? Have you announced it to your children? Have you told your spouse? Have you put it up on the refrigerator so everybody can look at it and be like, don't seem like you're working on your goal, buddy. Right? But maybe you don't have them to do it. Maybe you just remind yourself, oh, yeah, that was my goal when I was feeling myself Monday morning. Oh, yeah. You know what? Let me work on that a little bit. Inch by inch, anything is a cinch. By the yard, it's hard. But inch by inch, everything's a cinch. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes off the distractions. Too many foolish diversions is going to take you off the path. You got me? Here's number 12. So scale of 1 to 5. Your eyes, how good are you at keeping your eyes on the prize? Here's number 12. Balance. Now, this is a tricky one, right? Because balance is a goal. It's an ideal, but it's also something that's way off in the future for a lot of us. It's still a goal, though. You're still looking, an airplane is off course 80% of the flight. If you were to look at an airplane, it's like constantly getting blown off course and it has to recorrect. Even though it's on autopilot, right? They just set it and then the plane just kind of flies to its destination. These days, it's 2023. But do you know, while it's doing that, it's constantly redirecting itself. It's constantly resetting. That's what I mean by balancing yourself, your physical, your spiritual, your emotional health. This is vital to your success quest, because you don't want to get to the material, tangible kind of goal and feel horrible inside, feel completely unfulfilled, feel all of the deficit and the corruption that comes from acquiescing to the mediocre, never wanting to overcome yourself. You walk past that piece of trash on the ground and you don't pick it up. You see somebody talking crazy to this older lady and you don't say nothing. You see that you made a mistake and hurt somebody's feelings and you just let it ride. That's what I'm talking about when I say balance yourself. I'm saying overcoming yourself, overcoming that weaker part of yourself, that lower part of yourself, that part of yourself where the lights are real, real dim. Overcoming yourself. Where are you with balance? Where are you with balance? Here's number 13. Invest, don't spend. There should be a 10 to 20% gap between what you earn and what you spend. My daddy taught me a long time ago, may he rest in honor and peace and power. He told me that out of every dollar, you need to put aside a quarter. Now, if you don't want to go hard like that, then maybe you put away a dime out every dollar. Maybe you put away 20 cents out every dollar. Maybe you stop using your credit cards as much and only pay with cash. Or maybe you use your credit cards and you pay them off real quick every month. You pay off the whole balance and you are diligent and disciplined about that. Here's what I know. You got to invest, don't spend. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about time. I'm talking about energy. I'm talking about the way you release your resources to the world. Here's number 14. We out of time, y'all. Perseverance. How do you rank yourself with perseverance? How good are you at sticking at it until you win? Because most people fail because they quit too soon. It ain't that they couldn't do it. It's that they just gave up. Don't let that be you. Make a plan and then make a commitment, right? Don't quit on the 10-yard line, baby. And you'd be shocked how close you are. You'd be shocked how many of us are on the 10-yard line and don't even know it. I was just now watching this thing on Instagram talking about it was showing this time-elapse video of how close we be to sharks when we on the beach and we don't even know it. So it shows all the people like little dots. Then it shows these sharks just swimming around. A lot of times shark attacks happen in 6 to 10 feet of water. They rarely happen, right? But the whole point is, what's my point here? You be as close to success as you are to them sharks and you don't even know it. You don't even know it. You be one meeting away. You be one video away. You be one association away. You be one network away. You'll be one idea away. You'll be one resource away. You'll be one, watch this, mistake away, and you'll give up. I'm challenging you this morning to kind of look at yourself, gauge where you are mentally with that kind of thing, and let's go harder. Here's the last one I got for you. Ignore the idiots. Ignore the idiots. How good are you at ignoring the idiots? It's so cool to be like me. Just talking about yesterday, I don't care what people think. Cool story. But how good are you at ignoring idiots? How good are you at ignoring people that come to rain on your parade? How good are you at being able to self-motivate without somebody else pouring into you? Because a lot of times when you don't do it, it's because you care what somebody thinks. You think that you'll do this. You think you'll release this. You think somebody will see this. You think that if you record this, that suddenly somebody's going to spot that you ain't perfect. Newsflash, we already knew that. Avoid the idiots. How good are you on that? So we out of time, y'all. I hope this was helpful. I hope this was helpful. It wasn't quite rocket science. There wasn't brain surgery. There wasn't rocket surgery or brain science. You got me? It's not complicated. That wasn't nuclear physics. And you would think that after I share that, you'd see hella successful people, but no. Why? Because most of us have a messed up self-image. So that's where these affirmations come in. That's why every morning we do this part 2. So call in right now. You want to stop making excuses and blaming other people for their poor choices. You want to stop living in this self-imposed hell. I'm going to tell you something. Affirmations will help. Call in right now. Call in right now. Let's work on it. Repeat after me, millionaires. Say it like you mean it. I am so